Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Gumansing. Topping our newscast, Wednesday night was an electric night for Democrats at the Democratic National Convention in Philadelphia. Virgin Islands delegates lapped up the excitement as big speeches were made by top Democrats in the country. Some of them shared their experiences, goals, and accomplishments at that convention. News 2's April Knight has more.
Virgin Islands Democrats said they felt the excitement and optimism last night at the Democratic National Convention.
It's an overwhelming experience to see the Democratic Party in action, the hopefulness for the future, the strength. It is a really good feeling in this year that has been ups and downs.
Many of them cheered on their feet as President Barack Obama gave a soaring endorsement of presidential nominee Hillary Clinton. But the whole time for VI Democrats, networking was the name of the game. VI DNC Chairman Cecil Benjamin said they've been representing the interests of the Virgin Islands in various forums.
We are extending ourselves, networking, establishing relationships. People can engage with us, the political figures, the powerful ones in the nation that can engage with us to carry out our wishes and our position about what we can get for the Virgin Islands.
They said they've made some progress in promoting Virgin Islanders' right to vote for president.
That issue was provided to the DNC through a platform that they have submitted to the DNC, and I believe that even in their interaction with the Credentials Committee and their engagement of many members or officials within the DNC, that has already been established.
The delegates are gearing up for the big acceptance speech tonight by Hillary Clinton, who they believe would be
the 45th President of the United States, Hillary Rodham Clinton.
Reporting for News 2, I'm April Knight.
The delegates are also reaching out to the Ohio delegation, which they consider a powerful possible ally as they lobby for equal citizenship rights for Virgin Islanders. Meanwhile, about 24 million viewers tuned in to the Democratic Convention last night to see that speech by President Obama, where he makes the case for why his one-time political rival, Hillary Clinton, should be elected as the next president. Tonight, it's her turn, and Chris Wells joins us from Philadelphia with a preview.
We hold these truths to be self-evident.
If Barack Obama's 2004 speech at the DNC was one bookend,
that all men are created equal.
Last night was the other, as the president handed the proverbial baton to Hillary Clinton.
There has never been a man or a woman, not me, not Bill, nobody, more qualified than Hillary Clinton. I hope you don't mind, Bill, but I was just telling the truth, man.
His themes echoed those of his historic 2008 campaign, one filled with hope and optimism.
America is already great. America is already strong.
The evening concluded with an affectionate embrace between an African-American who made history in 2008 and a woman who hopes to make her own come November. Clinton's moment tonight will be the biggest speech of her storied career. Her campaign says she'll emphasize the theme of togetherness.
You will hear her talk about how it takes a village. This was a theme from her 1992 book.
But while she had a village of party superstars on stage Wednesday,
we must unite. Hillary has a passion for kids and families. Americans have never, ever, ever, ever let their country down.
Tonight, it's up to her and her alone to win over the undecideds as she officially accepts the Democratic Party nomination for president. In Philadelphia, I'm Chris Welch.
Turn our attention back at home. The Virgin Islands Police Department is requesting the assistance of the general public in locating Tres Abraham. He's a 36-year-old black male, brown complexion, black short hair, brown eyes, stands 6'2", and weighs approximately 256 pounds. Tres Abraham is known to frequent the Estate Fortuna area. Abraham is wanted with 2 arrest warrants for embezzlement and obtaining money under false pretense, which occurred in 2012. Anyone who knows the whereabouts of him or has information concerning Tres Abraham, you're asked to notify Sergeant Linda Raymond, the Economic Crime Unit, at 774-3942. On Wednesday, July 27 at 11:26 p.m., the 911 emergency call center dispatched officers to Bluebirds Hotel after they received a call of a robbery that had just occurred. Contact was made with the victim, who stated that roughly at 11:10 p.m. she pulled into the lower parking lot of the hotel to pick up her husband from work. Suddenly, a slim, light-skinned African-American male wearing a mask appeared with a black handgun to her window. She then kicked open her door and screamed after she observed a second African-American male standing to the rear of her vehicle. The victim further explained that the first male then asked for her purse. She then removed her wallet from her purse and handed it over to the suspect, who also asked what else was in her purse. The suspect took her phone and fled with an unknown amount of cash that was also taken from the victim, along with her mobile device and several bank cards. Call police or Crime Stoppers if you have any assistance. The Senate Finance Committee continues budget hearings. The Economic Development Authority, led by its chief, Wayne Biggs, presented a budget of almost $5 million for fiscal year. The Department of Planning and Natural Resources also shared a budget of $27.9 million during the presentation by the VI Council on the Arts, an agency under DP&R. Senator Terrence Positive Nelson expressed the need for the Virgin Islands to have adequate arts facilities for Virgin Islanders and to attract artists from around the region.
Cannot happen without proper infrastructure, proper staging and lighting and places where, Rycole kind of have it going on because they have changing rooms, etc. But that's Rycole. Rycole takes a beating, but it's good. But we need more than that. We need something else than St. Croix in particular. I mean, yes, thankful for Island Center, but we've outgrown Island Center. Island Center can be used for smaller, performances, and even that needs total refurbishment. So I want for the council to take on the role of helping to develop the Virgin Islands the arts infrastructure.
Baltimore prosecutors dropped charges against the 3 remaining officers facing trial in connection with Freddie Gray's death. Gray died after sustaining a neck injury while in police custody in April 2015. 3 of the 6 officers charged in the case had already been acquitted. Diane Gallagher reports.
In a stunning move,
I have decided not to proceed.
All charges against the remaining officers indicted for the death of Freddie Gray dropped Wednesday, ending the case without conviction. Baltimore State Attorney Marilyn Mosby explained her decision in a fiery condemnation of the investigation.
There was a reluctance and an obvious bias that was consistently exemplified not by the entire Baltimore Police Department, but by individuals within the Baltimore Police Department at every stage of the investigation.
The Baltimore Fraternal Order of Police,
justice has been done,
rejected Mosby's comments.
The comments made today about our officers by Ms. Mosby were outrageous and uncalled for and simply not true.
Freddie Gray, whose death from neck injuries sustained while in police custody last April, triggered protests across Baltimore and became a symbol of the growing divide and mistrust between police and African Americans across the country. Of the 6 officers charged, 3 had already been acquitted.
We could try this case 100 times and cases just like it, and we would still end up with the same result.
Gray's stepfather, while disappointed, says he understands the decision.
They did their best to their ability. We stand behind Marilyn and her prosecuting team. Yes, we did. And my family's proud to have them represent us.
In Washington, I'm Diane Gallagher.
Keeping our eye on the economy, he's currently the envy of all Pokemon Go players. One Brooklyn man has caught them all, every single Pokemon there is in North America, and now he's on a mission to go international. Brooklyn native Nick Johnson is the first person in North America to capture all 142 Pokemon. He has been a fan of Pokemon since he was 8 years old, but never had any intention of winning the game when he started to play on July 6th. Johnson says he works 50 hours plus at a tech company, but he would go out after work at about 6:30. His girlfriend, they would meet up and grab a drink and walk around and catch Pokemon. He played about 6 to 8 hours a day. Then he would leave after work and walk an average of 8 miles a day. He said he lost about 8 to 10 pounds in the process. After 2 weeks of walking through all 5 boroughs and even a stop in Jersey City, he ended up there at the Grand Army Plaza at the entrance to Central Park. All three companies that are responsible for making the Pokemon Go app have yet to contact Johnson to congratulate him. Here's a look at the stock market watch at the New York Stock Exchange. The Dow down, NASDAQ and S&P up. Coming up on News 2, what caused that WAPA outage on Wednesday night? An update. Plus, as we head into the peak of the hurricane season, which is August to October, FITEMA has an update on their mass alert capabilities. They can now issue alerts via broadcast TV and radio and via cell phones. Inside of VI Alert details. Welcome back. The hurricane season officially started out in June, but the peak season is still ahead of us. The Virgin Islands Territorial Emergency Management Agency, or FITEMA, they're reaching out to residents to give them a glimpse of what to expect. They're also nearing the launch of a new mass alert system. News2's April Knight has details.
The territory is getting into the peak of hurricane season, and FITEMA Director Mona Barnes wants to make sure Virgin Islanders know what's in store for them. According to Barnes, NOAA predicts several storms this year, a few of which have the potential to develop into hurricanes.
70% likelihood of 10 to 16 named storms. And when we say that, is winds of 39 miles per hour or higher, and of which 4 to 8 could become a hurricane with winds of 74 miles per hour or higher.
In spite of the near-normal predictions, Director Barnes said she can't stress enough what she's always said about disaster preparedness. Never get complacent.
The year 1989, when Hurricane Hugo passed through, it was a near-normal year. It was predicted to be a near-normal, but it was just one hurricane that, and you know, it devastated the territory.
This year, the agency is upping the game on alerting residents to disaster events. In August, they'll be live testing their new public alert system, iPause.
There's a couple people in my office that can go from a singular device, type the message, and immediately it disperses to telephones, radio, television, email, and that messaging will be sent simultaneously.
Currently, residents can sign up for VI Alert to receive notifications on any number of emergencies. This reaches only about 10% of the community. But with iPause, that number goes up to 50. According to Barnes, it's a big step for the local emergency management agency and one that has a huge potential to save lives. Reporting for News 2, I'm April Knight.
Be sure to tune in. We'll have more on hurricane preparedness and some free hurricane awareness classes offered by FITEMA in a later newscast. Full power was restored to St. Thomas St. John District at 10:45 p.m. Wednesday night. Unit 23, WAPA's biggest unit, tripped offline around 9:28 p.m., resulting in a large number of feeders across St. Thomas and St. John falling offline. Plant personnel started units 15 and 14, and along with 18 and 25, began restoration of electric service at 9:36 p.m. Unit 15 tripped momentarily about 10:20 p.m., but quickly recovered using the 4 units, 14, 15, 18, and 25. All feeders were restored to service. Unit 18 was taken offline around 10:50 p.m. Crews are investigating the cause of Unit 23's trip Wednesday night. Channel 2 will keep you updated. Citing declining debt service coverage and liquidity due to delayed payments on government-related accounts, another of the 3 rating agencies, Standard & Poor's, S&P, has lowered the electric system revenue bond ratings of the Virgin Islands Water and Power Authority. The action by S&P Global Ratings on Wednesday is the 3rd time in less than 2 months that the utilities' bond ratings have been downgraded. WAPA's interim chief executive officer, Julia Reimer Sr., said the outlook is negative. The negative outlook reflects the electric system's weak liquidity position and low debt service coverage of all debt obligations. Reimer said the actions by S&P were not unexpected, given the 4-notch downgrade of WAPA's bond rating by Moody's Investor Services on June 2nd and July 5th. Accounts receivable remains a credit risk. although some progress has been made in the past few months, cutting the balance roughly in half as of June 30th. The VI's lottery drawing was held earlier today, and if you purchased a ticket, you would have noticed it is comprised of beautiful, locally taken images of butterflies. Transform your life and fly free, they say, as a butterfly by winning the Virgin Islands lottery. Are you the winner of the top prize of $175,000? Here are the winning tickets.
The VI Lottery presents draw results of today's drawing on NEWS2. Fifth prize for $20,000, 6325, 6325. Fourth prize for $30,000, 1336, 1336. Third prize for $40,000, 10010, 10010. Second prize for $65,000, 13361, 13361. And the winning ticket number for the grand prize for $175,000 is 23650. 23650. If your ticket number wasn't called, keep trying. One of these days, your number could win. The next drawing is August 11th. Play the VI Lottery and imagine the possibilities.
Good luck as you check those tickets. Here are a few more items. Osbert Potter, Lieutenant Governor of the USVI, joined Freedom School's classroom on St. Croix at the Juanita Gardine campus on Thursday. And he was invited to read to the students as part of a guest reader component of the Freedom Schools program. Lieutenant Governor's appearance was special since he initiated that program this summer in both the St. Croix and St. Thomas St. John districts. Potter also read to the students at the Claudio School, as we reported, Lockhart, Muller, and Julius E. Sprout. Ready for some music? Grammy-nominated percussionist and drummer Bobby Sanabria and Quarteto Ashe, they will be headlining International Capital Management Company's expanded Jazz in the Park Saturday, July 30th from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. in St. Thomas's Roosevelt Park. The Bronx-born son of Puerto Rican parents, Sanabria has performed with pantheons in the world of jazz and Latin music, as well as with his own critically acclaimed ensembles. His diverse recording and performing experience includes work with such renowned figures as Dizzy Gillespie, Tito Puente, Paquito de Rivera, and the godfather of Afro-Cuban jazz, Mario Bozza. Sanabria has become a leader in the Afro-Cuban, Brazilian, and jazz fields as both a drummer and percussionist. Also featured St. Thomas's own St. Groovus Band, as well as songstress Cianis from St. Croix, Crucian reggae artist Tia, along with St. John's Brohim with Love, and contemporary inspirational artist Derek Tavernier. Be sure to check that out. Stick around, your News 2 AccuWeather forecast comes your way next.
Happy Thursday night, and thanks so much for tuning in. I'm AccuWeather's Larissa Abreu with a look at your Virgin Island forecast. Conditions across the Virgin Islands continue very quiet and tranquil. We have plenty of dry air in place, and that's why it's been very nice, with plenty of sunshine throughout the day and then that hazy sunshine during the evening hours, and it should remain nice and quiet even as we head towards tonight. Partly cloudy skies, overnight low 81 degrees. Although it's mostly dry out there, I can't totally rule out the chance for a passing sprinkle. We aren't talking about important precipitation. In St. John's, as we wrap up the work week, highs will be climbing to 90. Partial sunshine, a shower or two expected, so grab the umbrella on your way out the door. Quite similar in St. Thomas, temperature of 90 here Friday afternoon, so another warm one, and then we'll have the chance for a passing shower, especially as we head toward the afternoon hours. Over in St. Croix, highs will climb to around 90 with a shower or two throughout the day. Once again, we aren't talking about an overly wet end to the work week, but nonetheless, you do want to exercise caution out there. In the Atlantic, if you're doing any boating, we don't have any advisories or alerts. Just keep in mind that waves are between 2 and 4 feet. with winds out of the east between 10 and 15 knots, so conditions are very calm out there. The Caribbean quite similar, with waves between 2 and 4 feet and those easterly winds right between 10 and 15 knots. Here's a look at the next 5 days over the Virgin Islands. The threat for showers will continue even as we head towards Saturday and Sunday, but this time these showers will be prompted by a tropical wave that will be pushing through the Caribbean here, and that's going to promote the chance for showers as we head towards the weekend. We'll have a better chance to see showers and more clouds by Sunday, so keep that in mind for folks who have any weekend plans. It looks like the best of the two will definitely be on Saturday. Now by Monday, the sunshine will return. It's also going to be a little bit more humid and sticky outdoors. Temperatures will also be in the 90s. Back to you, Sandy.
Thank you for that. It is time for our News 2 weather picture there. Beautiful, bright, sunny picture there by Simonique Wati, 9 years of age, representing the E. Benjamin Oliver Elementary School. Typical VI weather, sunshine and clouds, nice scenery. Simonique, thank you for that. Send us your News 2 weather picture to News 2 Innovative Business Center, 4611.